So I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Well, the democracy isn't just about the system, it's the breadth of people, the breadth that gives everyone without expectation the opportunity to be elected and to be voted. But today, the government team comments said that political dynasty are traitors to democracy, that shared blood is evidence of system evil. Me, as the opposition team, will reject or object this statement. It's not about it's not to defend family power, but to defend the principle of democracy itself, which is equal to politic rights. The government team also claims that political dynasties create power imbalance, but some shows that in countries with strong democratic institutions, political dynasties do not hinder participation or competition. What is the example for all of that? Well, a study from Caribbean in 2016 in the America Economic Review that examined political dynasties in the Philippines and concluded that dynasties tend to be strong in areas with low education and high corruption, but they got weakened in areas with healthy political competition and informal voters. So which just mean that the problem is not actually from the blood types, but weak oversight and also the voter quality. The government also claims that competition is unequal, but in reality, according to the Economy Intelligence Unit Democracy Index 2023, countries like India and Japan are still considered as democracy, but yet these countries have a tradition of family politics. So if political dynasties are such a problem, why do these countries maintain vibrant democracies? I will also state a few of my arguments. So the first one is democracy is the right of all citizens. According to the Article 21 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that everyone has the right to participate, including those who born into political families. For the clear example is Justin Trudeau. He is a clear example for these problems. He is the son of former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, but he still went through elections, open campaigns, and also public debates. He was not appointed, but he was elected. The second one is weak system, not dynasties, are actually the real threat. According to data from Transparency International in 2023 shows that countries with low corruption rates like Denmark, Finland, and Canada actually have political family structures that don't compromise transparency and accountability. The problem is so clear. If institutions like the Corruption Eradication Commission, the Constitutional Court, and free media are not empowered, then anyone in power, dynasty or not, has the potential to abuse their power. But therefore, what we must fix are the institution and public participation, not the pedigrees. And the third argument is realistic solutions, political education and transparency. Well, according to a study by International ID states that the level of political literacy directly affects people's ability to vote rationally. So, if we are worried that people will vote based on family name, the solution is not prohibition, but voter education, transparency of campaign finance, and a clear political platform. A good example comes from India, where, despite the fame of the Gandhi dynasty, their party once suffered a crushing defeat because the public was disappointed with their performance. This means that the people can still punish the dynasty if they fail. So, democracy is not about closing the door to people born into political families. Democracy is about opening the door as wide as possible and then judging each candidate based on their capacities and ideas, not on their names or their last names. I don't defend heredity power, I defend the right of every citizen to participate in government as long as they are elected by the people and are accountable. Because the real enemy of democracy is actually not the family, but its character, ignorance, and a system that lacks transparency. So me, as the opposition team, we reject that political dynasty bring more harm than good to democracy, and I believe that limiting someone's political right based on lineage is a denial of democracy itself. So, build the system, educate the people, and let democracy choose its leaders, whoever they may be. That's all from me. Thank you.